Hi everyone. This video is going to show you how to add categories to your PowerTeacher Pro gradebook so that it can sync with Canvas and pull those assignments over from Canvas into our PowerTeacher Pro gradebook. So the first thing you want to do is to log into your NC Ed Cloud platform, and you're going to go to this PowerTeacher Pro with the white background. Doing so is going to pull up this page. Okay, so as I go through these steps, feel free to pause your video and follow along with us in real time. Okay, so I'm going to go to the class that I want to add a category to. And the only class that I have right now is my NC Math 3 Honors. This is the one that I have connected to my Canvas course. So I'm going to open up my PowerTeacher Pro class for that specific course. Now, from here, it doesn't really matter where we add the categories, because then we will need to go into each individual course to connect the categories to each course. In order to create a category, once you're here, you want to go up to the top right and click on the plus create button. We want to choose category. Make sure that you are choosing the category selection and not assignment. And here is where you're going to create your categories. Some of you may have one category for quarter 4 assignments, and you can name it quarter 4. You can name it Q4, whatever you need to do. If you have multiple categories, such as classwork, assessments, notebook, class participation, any of those, you want to put as many categories as you will have in Canvas here in PowerSchool. Okay, I only have one category, and that's my Q4 assignments. I'm going to leave it as Q4. You can select your classes here in this drop-down menu, which we want to go ahead and do that. My Q4 assignments category is going to go just to my Semester 2 class for NC Math 3. So I'm going to select that course and click out of that. You can change the color of your category if you would like to. I'm going to change this one to purple. We want to leave it active. And then you click Save. Now that my category is created, I need to attach that category to the specific course. To do so, I'm going to go to the left side of my screen to Settings and choose Traditional Grade Calculations. Clicking on Traditional Grade Calculations will pull up each of my courses. So if I click on this drop-down arrow, you'll see all of these courses listed here. And you all should have fewer than these, but you can change these by clicking the drop-down menu at the top middle of your screen and choosing the ones that are based on Semester 2 or Quarter 4 for this. I don't have any Quarter 4 classes. I only have Semester 2 classes. So I'm going to choose my NC Math 3 Honors Semester 2 course. Doing so, I'll want to open up the Quarter 4 by choosing the pencil over on the right-hand side for that category, for that reporting term. And this is where you're going to add your categories in. You'll change the type over on the far left to category weighting, regardless if you're using categories or total points. This needs to say category weighting. The attribute is going to list the categories that you will use. Mine is Quarter 4 assignments, so I will choose that. If you have multiple categories, such as classwork, assessments, participation, notebook check, you're going to want to click the plus sign over here on the right side, and you can add as many other categories as you want to. You will need to change the type to category weighting for every single one, and you'll need to change the attribute to reflect each of the categories that you will use for quarter 4. If you have the same categories that you had from quarter 3, you may want to rename them to specify Q4, specifically when we move these categories to Canvas. For example, if I had a practice category for Q3, I may want to create a new category for quarter 4 that says Q4 practice or quarter 4 practice. That way, when it syncs to PowerSchool, it will take that Q4 practice category, and I'll be able to use that to differentiate between quarter 3 and quarter 4 in Canvas. Once you have all of the categories listed that you are going to be using for quarter 4, you will assign each of the weights here. I only have quarter 4 assignments for my math class, so I'm going to remove these others. And notice that the percent changes to 100%. You can type in the actual percentage here for the weight, and it will change each of the percentages here. Click Save. Your categories should be set up in PowerSchool for quarter 4. Now, to convert these to Canvas, you will need to go back to your NC Ed Cloud, open up Canvas, and go to the course where you want to change the categories or add them into your Canvas course. This is my NC Math 3 course. You need to go to Assignments on the left side. I'm going to minimize this. And the 3 dots that are at the top right, you will click on those 3 dots and click on Import Assignment Groups. It will schedule the import, and we will need to wait until further time for these imports to pull over. Now that I've waited, you'll see that it pulled over different categories that I do not need to use. The categories that I'm not going to use, I can remove from my course. With the 3 dots on the right, I'm going to choose to delete these categories from my course because I won't be using them. Notice that I already have quarter 4 assignments listed here, and the rectangular icon is just to the right of my name of quarter 4 assignments. This rectangular icon means that this category will sync with PowerSchool, and all assignments that are listed in this category will go to my quarter 4 assignments category in PowerTeacher Pro. Now, for each of these assignments listed here, they must have a due date, and they must be synced to PowerSchool here. Notice that this assignment that has a black X with the black circular arrows around it is not synced to PowerSchool. It is disabled. If I click that black X, it will change to a green a green check mark, and now that assignment is enabled to sync to PowerSchool. that assignment will sync in the next overnight sync from Canvas to PowerSchool. I encourage you to check your assignment list with PowerTeacher. If you go to grading, the A+ grading, you can click Assignment List and compare the assignments that are listed in quarter 3 and quarter 4 based on the things that are in Canvas. At the top right, you'll notice there's a drop-down menu, and this one is highlighted as Q3. I can look here and note that there are 17 assignments listed here, but there are 2 pages. Clicking to the second page, I notice that there are 3 more assignments, for a total of 20 assignments for quarter 3 still. If I go to my assignment list, to my quarter 3 category, you can count the number of assignments listed here to make sure that the number matches. You can also look at the names to make sure each of the names listed here in your quarter 3 assignments show up in your assignments list for quarter 3. Once PowerSchool and Canvas are synced together, you can also check your quarter 4 assignments. Notice that my segment relationships and circles has already pulled over to my PowerSchool for quarter 4. In my assignment list, that was the one that was already checked to be enabled to sync to PowerSchool. My Unit 5 vocabulary terms assignment, I just changed that to sync. This assignment will show up in PowerSchool tomorrow or later this afternoon. If you have any questions about creating assignments or categories in PowerTeacher Pro and in Canvas, feel free to reach out to me. Also, in order for the grade to correctly reflect the student grade for quarter 3 or quarter 4, you need to make sure that the weight for each category is listed here in Canvas as well. To change the weights, you'll click the 3 buttons at the top right and click Assignment Group Weights. You want to select the box for Weight Final Grade based on assignment groups. Since all of my assignments will fall under one category, my quarter 4 assignments will be worth 100% of their quarter 4 grade. Whatever categories you have listed should be reflected here in Canvas like they would be in PowerTeacher Pro. You will also need to assign those weights listed here based on the same weights that you gave each category in PowerTeacher Pro. Clicking Save will save those weight final grades, and now notice that my quarter 3 assignments are 0% of the total, and my quarter 4 assignments are 100% of my total. Make sure that you have all of your categories and your weights appropriately assigned so that your student grades will be reflected correctly in Canvas and in PowerSchool. Feel free to reach out and ask me any questions. I'm happy to help.